Hello, good afternoon, or good evening. I cannot talk tonight. I thought, I hadn't read you guys a story in a while, so, this ain't a religious story, it's just a story out of, a Good Old Days book, Reminisce, and I like reading their stories, so I thought you guys might, like to hear a little short story tonight. It's called A Hope and a Prayer. Perseverance paid off after a protective dad put up barriers between them. So let's see this story. Well, you'll have to ask my dad. No girl had ever given me that line when I asked for a date, that is, until I met one named Carol Collett. Actually, it was her father who introduced us at our church in Bristol, Wisconsin, where I noticed her pretty smile and her beautiful big eyes as she sang in the choir at Mass each week. It was 1962. Summer passed, autumn came, and West Side Story was playing at the indoor movie theater. All three girls I asked to see the movie with me worked on Fridays and couldn't go. So guess who was walking down our high school hallway? Since Carol and I knew each other, I asked her to the movie. She said I'd have to ask her father. I was surprised, but said sure I will, since her father and I knew each other well at church. I was surprised again when her dad said, "Well, Chuck, let's sit down and talk for a while." He talked so long and so much in the abstract that I was puzzled, even though he did eventually say yes to the date. When I picked up Carol, I asked her, "Why did your dad give me that big talk the other night? How old are you?" When she told me she was not quite 15, I was shocked. I'd thought she was a 16-year-old sophomore. Now it all made sense. Well, that evening, this 17-year-old fell in love with a pretty 14-year-old. At home that night, before falling to sleep, I prayed a rosemary, asking God if I could have Carol's love. It turned out that I would offer the same prayer for the next 5 years. He must have really loved her. On New Year's Day, 1963, Carol, my brother, and I were involved in a serious car accident, and we were all hurt to different extents. Between the effects of the accident and the knowledge that Carol and I liked each other so much, at what he considered too young an age, Carol's father forbade us from seeing each other for the next 2.5 years. Carol and I would leave notes by the post at her house, and we also talked in the hallways of school. Rare phone calls came only when her parents weren't home. Each night at 9 p.m., Carol would wave from her bedroom window as I drove by and blinked my car lights on and off as a way of saying good night. After 2.5 years, Carol's father finally gave in, knowing it was a lost cause. Another 2.5 years passed until we were wed, but God did indeed say yes to my request, and we've been happily married for 45 years. And here's a picture of the two of them on their wedding day. Isn't that amazing? He loved her so much and wasn't even able to really see her or talk to her, really, except in the hallway at school and sometimes on the phone when her parents went home. He waited 2.5 years and prayed for 5 years, asking God for her love. Oh my gosh, men must have been so different back then. You can't find a man like that these days. That's rare, man. That's amazing. She's one lucky woman, huh? Because he sure does love her. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that short story, and maybe we'll do another one again soon. Bye, guys.